you signed your first record deal, like what did it mean? You know, when you look at record deals today and record deals back then, like what did it mean for you to sign your record deal at that time? This was what year?
I signed my first record deal in '87.
So what did a hip hop record deal mean in '87 exactly?
When I first signed my deal, I mean, it really meant a lot to me. I felt like, you know, I finally made it. I get my chance to share my talent with the world. So I was, you know, extremely hyped about it, looking forward to going to the studio, recording and making all the right songs and all that stuff, you know. So, I mean, it was exciting.
Now, you were with the Juice Crew.
Yes, I was with the Juice Crew.
Okay, were you with them before you got signed?
Before I got signed, I was really just with Biz. You know, it was me and Biz running. That was before he even met the Juice Crew. Then eventually down the line, he linked up with them and went out on the road with Shan, and then ended up with Shantae when they did that Def Fresh Crew song. And, you know, once Biz established his deal, he brought me in to write songs on his first album. And then me and Marley ended up connecting, and, you know, they found out that I could rap, and, you know, I ended up getting my own deal. But I was really just with Biz, not the Juice Crew.
When KRS-One was beefing with the Juice Crew, your name never really came up, did it?
No. I think the reason my name never came up in that whole BDK Juice Crew situation is because me and KRS were actually cool. You know, it was the type of situation where I'm in the Juice Crew, but MC Shan didn't necessarily care for me at the time.
But what do you mean by he didn't care for you?
I think it was the type of thing where I guess Shan was just uncomfortable with a new artist being down, because, you know, there would be situations where we had a show to go to, and Fly Ty only had one limo, and, you know, they're telling Shan what time they coming to get him, and he might make a comment like, you know, nah, I drive my car because I know y'all gonna have a new nigga with you, you know, and stuff like that, you know. So he had, you know, he had like a funny attitude towards me. And KRS-One, when we were in Canada, we ended up battling all the Canadian artists. Me, KRS-One, Biz Markie, Cutmaster DC, and somebody else. Like, it became a US versus Canada thing. And that was the first time KRS-One actually heard me rhyme for real, because he only heard me do them funny rhymes with Biz. So that's the first time he heard me rhyme for real, and KRS-One bought me a beer, told me I was dope, and him and Miss Melody were the ones that helped me move out of my mother's house. Like, I remember, like yesterday, me and Chris carrying my mom's couch down the stairs. Miss Melody had the TV up under her arm, and we going to my apartment where I moved into in Canarsie. So me and KRS were actually friends, you know, and Shan, you know, me and Shan didn't really speak, so when their beef was going on, you know, I just basically stood back. And by time, I think it was when KRS dropped The Bridge Is Over, then that's when Fly Ty asked me to get involved. He was like, yo, I need you to end this, but don't tell Shan. And I'm like, you know, I'm not getting in this. I'm like, that's between them two. I'm like, your man don't even speak to me. So, I mean, that's between them.
Okay, but I mean, KRS-One didn't just diss Shan. He dissed everybody. He dissed Marley, he dissed Roxanne Shante, like, you know, was there a little bit of a weirdness at that point of like, okay, your whole crew just got dissed?
Nah, not at all, because like I said, me and KRS, we were cool. Biz and KRS, they were cool. Like, KRS hung with me and Biz all the time in the quarters, Union Square, Rooftop, wherever. You know, we were all cool. You know, his beef was with Marley, Shan, Shantae, and Fly Ty. And, oh, and of course, Mr. Magic. You know, that's who his beef was really with. And you know, when he did Shantae, Shantae wanted to reply, and I'm the one that wrote the song for Shantae. I wrote that when she dissed KRS-One. I'm the one that wrote that.
Okay, so you actually kind of dissed KRS-One in a certain type of way.
I mean, if that's the way you want to take it.
I mean, when The Bridge Is Over came out, like I remember, you know, seeing this interview with 50 Cent. He said, you know, when The Bridge Is Over came out, they dissed Queens but this, which is where he lived, but the song was so hot that they had to play it anyways. What was the impact you feel like on hip hop when KRS dropped The Bridge Is Over?
Well, I mean, anybody that, grew up in hip hop always loves, well, I mean, anybody grew up in hip hop back then, always loved a good rivalry. And, this was beautiful, because it was two MCs and it was representing two different boroughs, Queens and the Bronx. So, I mean, it was, just a great thing for hip hop. And it was funny to me actually because of KRS' strategy, because he had The Bridge Is Over before Kill That Noise dropped. He was just waiting for Shan's response. So it was like, he basically, was setting up the perfect trap, That's something I've always respected about Chris. I always thought that he was a great battle rapper. He understood that art form very well.